At Reed Miller Wealth Management, we're excited to be able to offer Market Guard for our clients and their life savings, offering that non-emotional, methodical, and mathematical approach. Brad, you maybe want to share a little more about what people should know about Market Guard.
Yeah, the key with Market Guard is understanding that it's a non-emotional, methodical, mathematical approach like you just shared.
Yes.
And that it also signals when do we hold, when do we sell, and when do we believe it's safe to re-enter back into the markets. And the whole thing's designed to help prevent the major devastating effects of a market crash from wiping out someone's life savings. So those are really the key elements when it comes to Market Guard, is knowing that we have a plan, we have a strategy, we have an approach, and then it's using this non-emotional, methodical, mathematical aspect. It's not just, someone or something just kind of pulling levers when something triggers. It goes deeper than that. It's really having a full understanding of what are the conditions in the marketplace, what's happening out there, how much volatility is allowed before those adjustments need to happen. We have a great analogy we like to use for it. It's, we've actually simplified building portfolios like making cookies.
Well, let's hear more about that then.
Yeah, so with the cookie concept, if you think about it, when you're building portfolios, it's a lot like making chocolate chip cookies. And I was thinking about this one day when I was making cookies with my kids. And I was sitting there and my daughter said, "Hey, Dad, I want to bake these delicious cookies." And I have to say, it was a little embarrassing, but I had not made cookies from scratch until that time. I always just bought them, from the grocery store. You cut them up in the tube and throw them in the oven. And so I was thinking about it, I said, wow, building these portfolios and making these cookies are similar, and here's how. The first piece when it comes to making chocolate chip cookies is you have to have the right ingredients. Imagine if you substituted vanilla with vinegar. You're gonna get the wrong outcome.
Yeah.
Even though all your other ingredients are correct, just by making that one change, you're gonna ruin the entire recipe. So when it comes to building portfolios, you have to make sure that you have the right security selection. Now, if my daughters came to me and said, "Okay, Dad, we got rid of the vinegar and now we have vanilla, so our ingredients are right, we're gonna go outside and play, call us when the cookies are ready," what would I have to say? Hold on a second. I have to know not just what I'm putting into that recipe, but how much am I using? Imagine if we used 6 eggs, 12 bags of sugar, 4 bottles of vanilla, and a pinch of flour. We're gonna get soup. Nothing's going to bake into a cookie. So what's important there is to make sure that it's not only about what are we buying inside those portfolios, what's our security selection, but how are we allocating those? Studies show, and that study's on your website as well, that 91.5% of success comes from how you're allocating the security selection. Well, now here's the final piece. Imagine if my daughter said to me, "Okay, Dad, we did everything. We have the right ingredients, we have the right mixture, we balled all the cookie dough up, everything is ready to go. All you have to do is bake the cookies. You can't mess that up, right?" The answer is, well, yes, we can. What do we have to know? We have to know 2 things. What temperature do we set that oven at, and when do we do what? Pull the cookies out of the oven, because if we don't, they can get burnt. The same, we believe at Market Guard, is true when it comes to building and managing those portfolios. There can be a moment in time that we have to know when do we pull those pieces out of the market so that you don't get burnt with your life savings. So it's a really important concept that can actually be simplified into chocolate chip cookies.
I love that analogy. I know that resonates with a lot of the people that I work with, a lot of the clients, because at Reed Miller Wealth Management, it is so important for us to make sure that people have that plan in place, because I've always heard there's 2 things that nobody knows. Number one is how many more years or how many more decades will your money need to last? The second thing is what is going to happen in the markets in the future. Nobody knows those 2 things. That's specifically where Market Guard can come in to help people with that. So again, life savings, making sure that that's plan is in place for the life savings moving forward.
Absolutely.